Welcome to Bay Area Sports Report, and today I will give was day 12 of 49ers training camp. Today was very good as that we are coming off yesterday's game from the Tennessee Titans versus the 49ers, and I'll get to some of the winners and losers from some of these players and who did very good and who didn't exactly. Along with that, I'll also be going over what were some highlights also. Um, and my final thing on Dijon's dribbling and a left guard free agent that I would want to sign. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the injury updates so far, as Jacob Cowing, Marquis Siegel, and Jack Jones are back onto the field, which I already knew. Jack Jones was obviously going to come back for the 49ers, I think, because his hand injury, it wasn't that serious. I mean, it did kept him out, and at first I thought it was a broken hand, but now he is coming back. Now Jacob Cowing did come back. Now that he has came back for the 49ers, he's now gonna have to step up if he wants to stay on the roster, because right now Trenton Irwin, Jordan Watkins, and D Rob are possibly there right now in the depth chart of as of right now, because Kirk right now probably doesn't stand a chance. Unfortunately, probably doesn't stand a chance. I think Watkins and Robinson have obviously and Stribling have locked theirs down. So it's down to Kirk, Cowing, and Irwin, Pauling, and Wesley Grimes. So it's gonna come down to a race between those guys, and we'll just have to see how this goes. I feel like there's a chance that Irwin might win just because there's experience in his side, but at the same time, you already have an experienced receiver in Demarcus Robinson. So I'm gonna go down to possibly Cowing, Wesley, and Pauling because they're young and you need a little bit of juice on your receiver core. I mean, you already have Stribling, you already have Jordan Watkins, but I think one more guy with a little bit of youth and juice in him, like, can help this team out. So I would rather go possibly with one of those guys. We'll see if Cowan can bounce back. So we'll see on that. As for Jack Jones, here he is running around the field, practicing along with with Vision's Price Stock over there. That knocked him out. So the 49ers didn't need to sign any of the cores they tried out on Friday. But as of right now, I feel like they kind of do, especially. But I think maybe they're confident in Jacob Robinson, as he was a player out of BYU, as you can see here. He's a very good player, Jacob Robinson. And I can see him now actually making it onto the 53-man roster now. Now that he is now that he's now that Nate Hobbs is now injured, because he's a very good player. As last year in 2024, he got 28 solo tackles, 15 assists, 5 passes deflected. He has one forced fumble and 3 interceptions. I would love it if Jacob Robinson was on the team. He's been one of my favorite UDFA players from back then in that 2025 draft out of those UDFAs, and I think he was very good. And he had a chance to make it onto the roster. It's just an injury kind of took a toll on him. I would love it if Jacob Robinson was on the team, and I think it would just be a nice fit for the team. So I think it's perfect for him, and maybe that's why they're not having anyone. As of Curtis Rourke, he is not practicing, but as you can see from this article here, it says here that QB Curtis Rourke, who went to the hospital at halftime of Thursday's game because of a hit to the ribs and subsequent breathing problems, did not practice, but was on the sideline watching and seemingly in good spirits, which is a good thing, as he was just standing and watching on the sidelines. That is a good thing, especially from him getting hit in the ribs and not breathing, which is such a serious issue, and I was very worried on that. But it's a good thing to see him out there. As here's Larry Worth III. I like what Larry Worth III is. He's out of Arkansas. He's played safety. He's played linebacker. I think he's a very good player. I don't think he's gonna be a starter, but I think he could be a UDFA or a practice squad candidate. And I like what he's done, especially personal trainer, which is very interesting, which is very funny. Here's Dejon Stribling and Mike Evans Also, it's going to be cool to see him with Mike. I think Mike, Stribling, and him. It's going to be a nice duo. I wouldn't mind Debo and Evans too, but I like this duo better of Stribling and Evans because they're both similar. They're very tough receivers. They're very long. They're very good route runners. They have big hands. They have long arms. Like I love it if those two are together. I think it's just very great, and I think it's a very good duo in my view. Here's Ephesians Prysock, who's been very good. I love what Ephesians Prysock done. He has very long arms. He's a very good cornerback. I think he's going to be very good in special teams. He's just been doing so good lately. So I could see him becoming that cornerback 4 if he could beat Jack Jones, but we'll have to see on where that in the next 2 training camps back to back. So we'll have to see tomorrow on how he does. As for Osa Digizua, was destroying the left guards today, was wrecking the interior as it doesn't matter who was Colby, Willis, or Pleasant, Osa was winning battles. He's been very unblockable, which is good because you need that from a defensive tackle, and that is good that he's absolutely adding pass rush, which the 49ers need now, especially since they were last in sacks. They weren't good in the pass rush. They weren't very good in the run defense, and they really addressed that with Grayson Halton and Romello Height and also Digizua, and you still have Albert Collins and CJ West. So I love this D-line group. I mean, the injuries with Mike Hill and Nick Bosa are some issues, as it shows here, as it shows that those are good. But with defensive ends Nick Bosa and Michael Williams not yet back from ACL surgeries, the exhibition slate will be the time for others to step forward and carve out roles. So it's kind of a bit of an issue. I don't know how this is going to go. According to what I saw yesterday, Bosa was saying that his knee feels fine, which is, I don't know about that. I mean, he does have 3 ACL injuries, and I would be very, very concerned right now. But I trust in Nick Bosa. Hopefully he comes back by week 1 at least. Maybe at least be on the sidelines for at least a preseason game, which will be at least a good sign, hopefully. So at least do that. So I'm hoping that will work out. So as for the left guard competition, in Saturday's practice, the Niners added rookie Carver Willis to the mix after Connor Colby and Robert Jones has spent the first few weeks of camp rotating with the starting unit. Colby went first, but in the next snaps, it was Willis working next to left tackle Trent Williams. Nobody has separated there so far, and it was tough sledding blocking defensive tackle also Zua in this session, which means any formal decision is going to take some time. As Williams is saying right here, those guys are competing. Williams said, it's a 3-man race, so may the best man win, but they're all playing their butts off. Carver is the youngest, and he's got a little more to learn. But he has a high ceiling, a lot of potential, so just can't wait to see how he develops. And this is one of the first losers on this. I love Connor Colby. I think he was a great left guard in Iowa, but he just hasn't been good. He's been getting a lot of pressures. He was moved into backup right guard, and he got pushed very badly by Osa Digizua. I feel bad, and none of these left guards are looking good. I mean, other than Carver Willis, but he has a long way to go as he's a young player. There's a lot of pressure on him, but he's got to go out there and prove it that he is a starting left guard. So it's a bit of an issue, and it's just sad to see that. As for Brock, I want to also bring up Mac Jones, who got an interception from Jalen Stroman. He just hasn't been doing good, so hopefully he could show up in training camp. It's just kind of weird that Mac Jones was so good from last season, and then all of a sudden he's now just been bad, which is such a strange issue for some reason. Who knows? I mean, maybe he's just out of shape. Maybe he's just not thinking of anything out. So it's just kind of weird in my view. Brock Purdy and Mike Evans. So this one is kind of a semi thing, and this is their connection. And I think Mike Evans and Brock Purdy, I think they're going to help each other out, but they're just not building that good connection. As Brock Purdy, a lot has noticed, especially in Iowa State and when he's now with the 49ers, he likes to throw the ball before the receiver turns his head, and they haven't built that connection off yet, unlike another receiver, which I'll get to, or two receivers, which I'll get to. But they just haven't developed a good connection right now. It is kind of strange and a bit unfortunate, but I'm sure it will develop in time. He was injured out lately. I think Mike Evans just needs a little bit more time to develop, and hopefully, maybe by preseason, like maybe week 3 against the third preseason game against the Raiders, maybe that'll get better because you need that. So I would love it if they do that. So I think it just needs a little bit more time, and I'm sure it will be fine for the 49ers. And along with that, Jordan Watkins, who's been very good, you can see a lot of him being a little bit hyper. As for Trent Williams, it's amazing on how he is now 38 years old, like 38 years old, and he has like 2 years on his contract, and it's just awesome to see that he is 2 years old, he is still healthy, he is able to stay out there all day. Like, it's just amazing to just see him out there. Like, it's kind of amazing to see him out there, and it's kind of crazy too, because he's 38 years old, unlike two players of Christian McCaffrey and Nick Bosa, who are younger than him, and yet who are injured with soreness, and yet Trent Williams isn't injured, which probably means that he really takes care of his body very good. As for Jaden Duggar, it says here on this article, with Dre Greenlaw only doing individual drills Saturday, which he is fine. He's just taking a break a little bit. I think he was doing individual drills, but I think he was just resting also on the sidelines, which I think I noticed. So it says here, rookie Jaden Duggar continues to get work with the starters at weak side linebacker. Duggar has made a strong impression on defensive coordinator Raheem Morris in the first few weeks and seems to have a good shot at a role in the defense early on. And I love this. I really thought Nick Martin was going to be the starter, but he just didn't do good in that game, and I'm really sad on that, but I'm glad that Jaden Duggar is doing good now, and I am excited for him because he is such a good player. He's very good, and he's kind of like Dre, because when you're that will linebacker, your job is to be trigger, tackle. That's your job of being a will linebacker on there, just slamming hard, stopping runs. Like, I think he's done a very good job, and him being in that Sam, I will love that with Dre and Fred. I'm excited with either one. I was fine with either Nick Martin or Jaden Duggar as the Sam linebackers. As long as it's not like Luke Gifford or Garrett Wallow, I'm fine with that. So I think I think Jaden Duggar has been just doing such a good job, and I can't wait to see what he does. As for Jack Jones, was back at practice, injured his hand early in Thursday's preseason opener, and Jones recovered a fumble early in practice. So Jack Jones has been a very good player. He's been able to disrupt passes. He's been doing good so far. So I like what he's done. So hopefully he keeps it up. And I don't think he's going to start, but I think he is going to be a good backup for cornerbacks. As for the starter of Renardo Green, he was able to almost pick off a pass from Brock Purdy with kind of a downward ball that was intentional for Mac Evans, but it was a little bit too down, so he had a chance to, but picked it off. As much as I want to get more picks with Renardo Green, which I do want that, especially from a cornerback, I really don't mind Renardo Green just batting down passes. It's better than him giving up catches for 20 or 40 yards. So I'll take that either way. I'm just going to take it. So I like what he's done so far, and he's been very good. I mean, I think he's just made mistakes like that last Seahawks game, and we make mistakes, so I don't mind him being the starter. It's just I think he just needs to just fix things with Ronald Green, and we make mistakes, and I think he just needs to give himself time. As for Luke Farrell, makes a lot of catches, like 3 catches for 25 yards. Brock Purdy must really trust him, which is surprising because he forced a fumble and they never passed it to him ever again, and he only just blocked, which is weird, but at least he's getting better. Maybe that fumble made him realize that, hey, I need to get better at pass catching. I can't just be a blocker. I need to catch stuff too. So maybe that made him realize. Who knows? As for Debo Samuel, he's been doing very good for today's. He did very well for today's training camp. He was the starting running back, which yikes, but he did very good on that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his speed anymore, which was very surprising. I already knew that, especially when he was in that last season with the 49ers and with the Commanders. So. But I'm still excited that Debo's back. He did very good on his route running, and he did a good job for 49ers in today's training camp. As for Jacob Cowing, he returned with a hip flexor injury and made a deep catch down the sideline in team drills. He needs to start doing that now. He needs to start getting some routes, getting some catches if he wants to make it onto the team, as I mentioned. So he does have a bit of a chance, especially now that Kirk is injured. He just has to beat Trenton Irwin, Wesley Grimes, and Will Pauling. So we'll see how that goes. As for Trenton Irwin, he was starting for some reason, which I need to ask what. I understand that, but Dejon Stribling, I don't mind Trenton Irwin. I respect him. He's a solid receiver at 30. He's been okay. He's been fine, but what in your this is what I don't like from Shanahan, and I'll actually get into this, but I'll actually get into this in the last part. But Trenton Irwin overall, he did very good. He got some catches from Brock Purdy. He was able to get some. People are calling him River Craycraft, which I could see why, because he was a very solid receiver and he was able to get some yards and first downs for the 49ers. So I don't mind what Trenton Irwin's done, and he had a good day at camp today. As for Dejon Stribling, he played second string and third string with the offense, catching passes from Mac Jones. He did a very good job on passing, but I guess dropping that ball made them not happy, I guess. But as for the Dejon Stribling thing, as Nick Wagner's latest story, as Brock Purdy has developed serious trust in him, as he said, he's a really smart dude, Purdy said. He gets the game of football. Sometimes guys come in, they're talented and stuff, but to understand the speed of the NFL and how defenses operate in the NFL, it can be hard for guys to sort of get with it quick. Eventually they get there, but Strib has been a guy that has come in and has shown he understands it. It is preseason and everything, so we'll see once we get to the season. But right now, I have a lot of trust in him. Stribling also led the team with 7 catches and 62 yards in his preseason debut. The rookie is forcing his way into the conversation. And as of right, and I love what Dejon Stribling done. He's been doing very good. He's just been very good in training camp. Even that one injury back then just didn't derail him from his good performance. It didn't derail him at all, and I love what he's done so far. So I love what Dejon Stribling does, and hopefully I'll get to Trenton Irwin and Dejon Stribling later on. But as of the left guard issue, I love Carver Willis, and I won't mind him starting, but I want to go for a guy who's there, so I propose that the 49ers could sign Kevin Zeitler, the left guard from Tennessee. He's been a very good player, Kevin Zeitler. He's been a very great player. He's very experienced. As of last year, from his 2025 PFF performance, his overall grade was 74.5, which was 13th out of 81 guards, which is impressive. Pass blocking grade of 75.4, 9th at the position, and run blocking grade of 70.8, 20th at the position. I would love it if the 49ers signed Kevin Zeitler on the team, mostly because he's just been a solid guard for teams. He's been durable, which we need because a lot of our players are getting injured right now, which we need for the 49ers. He's getting some drills, getting some work in. He's just been a great player. He's been very developed. He's been a very good player. I think he is going to be a good replacement at the left guard position, and I think he'll be very good. Like, 49ers, like, I get it, like, trust your left guards, but if it doesn't work out, then I would suggest Kevin Zeitler on the team because you need a pass block for Brock Purdy, and I don't want Brock Purdy to get injured or Mac Jones because we had two of our quarterbacks who were almost injured last year, and without Mac Jones being resilient, then we wouldn't have We wouldn't have been good last season. So I would suggest them signing Kevin Zeitler on the team. So please, Niners, just sign him. Please, please sign him. As for the injuries on RBs, Kalen Black, the Doctor, and Jordan James did some work on the side during the practice, which is a good thing, and the first time James has been seen since the injury early in camp. So that is at least a good sign. Hopefully they do come back in maybe the preseason games, because I don't see them coming back tomorrow unless they do. We'll have to see on that, but I don't see them coming back tomorrow. So we'll hope that they come back in training camp or in the preseason games and they look good. So we'll have to hope for that. But as of for the last thing I want to discuss is Trent Irwin for Trigger. Like, I don't understand what the move was, and like, I get it, like, they're young players, and sometimes it is risky to trust them, but sometimes you just gotta go for that. And I am not I trusted Debo. I'm fine with Debo and Mike Evans because they're veterans. They've proved that they're good. I trust in D-Rob. I trust in Watkins. They've proved that they're good. But Stribling, just because he made that one drop, doesn't mean that he's gonna be. Doesn't mean that you're gonna send him to the second and third string offense. Like, what are you, Shanahan, crazy? Like this is ridiculous because, and this is what I don't like with Shanahan. He's a great offensive coordinator, offensive guy, but he always blows leads. He always doesn't do well in the Super Bowl, and he always trusts in veteran receivers, which doesn't turn out very good. Like, look, like Trent Irwin. You're gonna go with a 30-year-old Trent Irwin to start over Dejon Stribling. Are you out of your mind? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, sure, he made one drop, but he had 62 yards and was very good. He was like the third down option for the 49ers. And if you need a guy who is in third down and you need a guy who could get you the first down, Stribling will be there. Like, Irwin is that guy too, but I feel like Stribling is just way better. I don't mind if Trent Irwin makes the roster. I'm fine with Irwin maybe, or Cowing, or even Will Pauling or Wesley Grimes. I'm fine with either four of them making in the 6th roster spot. I don't think Kirk is going to make it, mostly because he's been out for the rest of the game, unless he makes it back in preseason, like I said. But I would go with Stribling because he's more proven. He's better. He's a better third receiver option. Like, trust in the guy. Just because you make one mistake with a young player, like Renardo Green, or even now Stribling, like, just because they made one mistake in either the preseason or the playoffs, doesn't mean that they're bad. You just need to give them time to develop and give them time to learn. Like, that's what you need from that. So, Shanahan, all I'm asking you is to just start Stribling with Evans, with Debo. Like, if you want to keep him healthy, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. But all I'm asking is for you to just start him. And if you start Trent Irwin or Demarcus Robinson or Watkins or Cowing, I'm going to lose my mind if you do that. So for the last time, please sign Kevin Zeitler. If this left guard position doesn't work out, this competition doesn't work out, and please put Dejon Stribling as the third receiver. That's all I'm asking, Shanahan. It isn't that hard. It isn't that hard to do. So, but that's it for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below on what you think of Day 12 of training camp. And this is Bay Area Sports Report, signing off.